Okay, so first of all, I'm here comforting my dog because there's fireworks going off and he's terrified.
Yes, it's New Year's and he's freaking out.
So I'm gonna be petting him half the time. But I just kind of wanted to do a little video just talking about my top 10 5-star reads. So basically, this is just books that I rated 5 stars, which is the highest. I'm also sick. So, basically, I tried to rank it the best I could from 1 to 10, but it's also hard because they're all really good books, and I rate them all 5 stars. But, number 10 was Better Than the Movies. I printed them off because I'm going to put them in my journal.
Let me see. Is that the printer?
Yeah.
That's what they look like?
Mm-hmm.
That's how small they are?
No.
Or you cut them?
I cut them. There's 2 per each. So put 2 side by side, and then that's so that's the number 9, but that's the width of.
Okay.
So they're still pretty small, but it's.
You got a little printer for Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Anyways, this is by Lynn Painter. I really liked the book, and I mean, I kind of knew I was going to, but it's a cute little romance book, so I like that. And then there's Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. It's another little romance book. So that was also cute, and I really like that one because it talks about a lot like the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that. Next one that is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in this series, and the only one I rated 5 stars. But I really like that book. It was cute, and then I liked the friendship between the female main character and the side character. That was cute. And then there's If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. This one is sending me back because this is like February when I read this. So there's that. It's like cute. It's like a Cinderella retelling romance book. It's got a plus size main character. The guy is the one who loses his shoe, technically. I don't know, it's really cute. I really like that one. And this is the only non-fiction one. The Polygamist Daughter by Anna LeBaron.
I remember you talking about that one.
Mm-hmm. And so, basically, the docu-series came out on Hulu at the beginning of the year. I watched it, and then for my sociology class, we had to do a project on subcultures or cults and stuff. And I had just got a huge fixation on researching this cult. So I decided to do the LeBaron cult, and I decided to do my project on this book. And so I really liked it. I mean, like I always say, it feels weird rating like memoirs and stuff like that because that's somebody's actual life. But I put that as 5 stars. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubs. I just knocked him in the face. The next one is like a really, really, really good book. This is a Carrie retelling. So it's not fairy tale or anything. It's Stephen King's Carrie. But this is called The Weight of Blood. I really like the book because it talks about like present day racism and stuff like that, because the girl is mixed and she goes to a super small school in the South, and basically instead of like the reason that she's an outcast is because she's like a quiet girl from a rich wealthy family, And then, I mean, yes, she has telekinetic powers. Like, that's obviously a whole thing. But the reason everything kind of starts is because it's raining and she would straighten her hair every single day, and it started to get frizzy, and people kind of started to realize that her mom was black, and so that became like a whole thing. The next one, also a book I read in February. This is like my number one book for the longest time, but I found a few other books that I liked. But it's still a really, really good book. Tender Beasts by Lizelle Sambury.
I like the cover.
Mm-hmm. I really liked that one. It was like really creepy. I definitely recommend listening to it on audiobook because it creeps you out. Especially listen to it at night because I could not sleep. Or if you want to sleep, don't listen to it at night. You do you. The next one, the cover is kind of, but it's Tampa by Alyssa Nutting. So that one's the cover. So this one might be a bit controversial because I rated it 5 stars, but I really liked the writing and I really liked seeing it from a female perpetrator's perspective. It's also inspired on a true story because in 2006, I don't remember her last name, but her name is Deborah. She basically did stuff with her middle schoolers. And the reason the author got inspired by that is because she went to high school with that teacher.
Yeah.
Like they weren't friends, but they went to high school together. And then when she found out about that, she started writing this book and wanted to kind of talk more about that. And then The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is a reread. So it went from 4 stars to 5 stars.
We just did that one, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I read this in 2023, I think. And it was 4 stars. And then I reread it recently. I gave it 5 stars. Because I honestly think listening to it on audio helped.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. It's a really, really sad book. Again, just like with Tampa, it involves sexual assault. So it's like, that's a tricky topic that you don't want to read about. Don't read those books. But yeah. I really liked it. And my number one 5-star book from this year is The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue.
That was just recent, huh?
I freaking love this book. I listened to it in less than a day. And it was literally so good. Like, I could not stop. I was, like, obsessed. It's such a good book. It talks about a lot of good, like, important topics that, unless you're Irish, like, born and raised in Ireland, you probably don't know about a lot of this stuff. It reminds me a lot of Dairy Girls. Takes place in a different time, though, because Dairy Girls is set in the early 90s. This is set in 2009, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
But very similar topics. I did really enjoy it. It talks about, like, politics, being in college, pregnancy. It also talks about, like, partially, like, being gay in Ireland, because there's a whole thing with her professor and her roommate getting together. Spoilers. But, yeah, it was a really, really good book. I really liked it. Towards the end of the book, it takes place in, like, present day, and she runs into people from her past, and they rekindle, and it's a cute little kind of romantic ending. Mm-hmm. And it leaves you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, because basically the wife of the professor who had basically assumed that Rachel was the affair. She didn't know that it was Rachel's roommate. And basically, the wife goes to talk to Rachel years later, and Rachel's just like, it wasn't me, but here's this number, call it. And it was her roommate's number, and he's living in New York City, living his life, so that's probably unexpected.
Yeah.
But that's a little cliffhanger. I don't know. I just really like that book.
Cool.
It was like my number one favorite book of all time so far. So yeah.
There you go. What was that? The 2024?
Yeah, like top 10 5-star reads of 2024.
Top 10 5-star reads of 2024. There you go.
Yeah.
Right.